So you've decided to get married in Bali from the other side of the world with about 100 moving parts you've never dealt with before. And right now, it probably feels like a lot. So take a deep breath because you're in a good hands here. Here's the thing I wish every couple knew on day one. A Bali wedding isn't 100 random decision. It's actually one project, and a project has an order. The moment you can see that order, the panic quietly drains out of it. I'm Yoan from Wedding in Bali. In the next few minutes, I walk you through that exact order, start to finish. Plus, the Bali things couples usually learn the hard way. And listen, you decided to do this. That's the brave part. And you already done it. So, congratulations. Now, let's build it together. It's a project, not a to do list. Here's the one idea that makes everything else settles into place. Try to stop seeing your wedding as a giant to do list. A to do list is overwhelming because everything on it seems to shout at you all at once. A project is calm because project goes in order. And here's that order. This is really the heart of it. Your date and your guest count decide your budget. Your budget and your seasons decide your venue. And your venue decide your vendor. Notice what just happened here? Each decision quietly unlocks the next one, which means you never have to solve everything at once. You only ever solve the next thing in front of you. So, whenever you feel that waves of panic start to rise, it's almost always because you've jumped ahead. You're trying to choose maybe flowers before you lock the date. Just a step back to the earlier decision. Settle that, and the path lights up again. I've watched this calm couple down more times than I could count. And one more piece, a gentle but important one. Every project needs one person who owns the timeline. The person who knows what happened this month, who's checking in with the florist, who noticed when the catering count quietly stopped matching the guest list. That person can be you. Or it can be a planner. But hold that thought because it shapes everything and we'll come back right to it later. Lock the big three. So, where do you actually start? Honestly, it's with three things. Just three. I promise, just three. Settle this. And honestly, most of the overwhelm just melts away. Number one, your date. Or even just a rough month to aim for, and that's completely fine. Everything hangs off this, your venue, your vendor, your guests, flights, all of it. Number two, a rough guest count. Not the final list, just a ballpark. 20 people, 200 people, because this one number moves your budget more than anything else you'll decide. And number three, a working budget. Not an exact figure, just a range you are genuinely comfortable with. It quietly set what's realistic everywhere else. So be very honest and very kind with yourself here. That's really it. Date, guess, budget. Those are your three locks. Now, the part nobody really tells you, and it's exactly where couples either save a lot or lose a lot. The order you book things in genuinely matters. Here's why. Some things in Bali book out a full year ahead. The lovely venue, the planner, the photographers everyone's wants. So those go first. You lock in the big things that book out early while you still got a real choice. The details, the table, styling, the playlist, the little extra, those can wait. They are not going anywhere. When you book in the wrong order, you end up making it harder on yourself twice over. You fall in love with a venue that's already gone. You hire a vendor before you know your real numbers, and then everything has to shuffle around them. Sequence isn't just tidy, it's the difference between getting the day you picture and quietly settling for whatever's left. So get the order right, and the whole things cost less and worries you less. Same wedding, better order. What it actually costs. Let's talk about money, because for most couple, it's the first real worry. And I want to be straight with you. There is no single price for a Bali wedding. Any side that hands you one tidy number, it's really just guessing in the end. Your cost follows your choices. A handfuls of things move it. And you already know the biggest one. It's your guest count. Every extra person means more catering, more seating, sometimes more room. After that, it's your season. Peak dates in the busy, dry months cost more than the quiet ones. Then your venue type, your vendor, and whether you marry legally or whole blessing, which we'll come to it in just a moment. Bali genuinely ran from intimate to elaborate, and the budget actually follows you, not the other way around. So I'm not going to throw a made up number at you. What I will say is this: tell us your date, your guest count, and a rough budget, and we'll match you with a planner who builds a real number around your actual day. The Bali stuff coupled miss. This is the part I most want you to have. The Bali specific things couples usually only learn the hard way. This is what so many of them wish they'd known first. First, timing. Bali really has two seasons, and for an outdoor wedding, the difference is huge. The dry season runs roughly April or May through October. Clear skies, that famous golden light, very nice. The wet season brings warm, heavy afternoon rain, the kind that can land right on top of your ceremony. So most couple plan around the dry months, and shoulder mounts on either side can be a real sweet spot. Quieter and a little gentler on the budget. Second, and this is the big one, the legal question. This is the thing that keeps people up at night. So let me give you the calm version. A legally recognized marriage in Indonesia has real requirement, and they change depending on your nationality and your religion. Yes, your religion. So there's no single checklist that fits everyone. I know that that sounds daunting, but please don't worry, it's a soft problem. And here's the move plenty of couples quietly use. They handle the legal marriage back home, like in Australia, UK, US, Singapore, their home country, and then come to Bali for a symbolic blessing, a ceremony that carries all the meaning and none of the paperwork. Both paths are completely valid. A planner maps the exact route for your situation, so you never have to guess. Third, where? People say a Bali wedding as if Bali is one single place. It really isn't. The south has a dramatic cliff tops right over the ocean. Inland is green and spiritual, all jungle and rice terrace. And the west coast has the beaches and those legendary sunsets. So try not to start by picking a spot. Start by picking a feelings. How do you want the day to feel? Once you can answer that, the right place tends to reveal itself. And fourth, the one I know you're really wondering about. You are planning all of this from abroad. You cannot walk the venue, you cannot meet the vendors over coffee, you cannot stand on that cliff at 5 in the afternoon and watch how the light falls. That's a real gap, and I won't pretend it isn't. But it's actually solvable. Truly, a good local planner becomes your eyes and your hands on the ground. You stay in touch over WhatsApp, which is far easier than most couple fear, and you fly in a few days early to close the rest of the gap in person. DIY or a planner? The honest answer. So now the big question, do you even need a planner? And I'm going to give you the honest answer here, not the salesy one. No, you don't. You can absolutely plan this yourself from abroad. And plenty of couples do exactly that and love every minute of it. This whole video is yours to use whether you ever decided to talk to us or not. But let me gently lay out what's actually on the table. A full service planner owns the entire project. They build the timeline, they bring their own vendors, the one they trusted for years. They stay on top of every details and they run the day. So you don't have to think about single thing. And venue coordinator, by the way, is not the same person. They just run their venue on the day itself. Going solo means you become the project manager across the time zone, finding and checking every single person you cannot meet face to face. So that's the honest choice. Carry the project yourself or hand it to someone who carries it for a living. Both are completely fine. Remember that 1% who owns the timeline, the role we parked right at the start? Well, this is who they are. Neither answer is wrong. It really just comes down to how much of this you actually want on your plate. So here's where I leave you. You know now how to plan a Bali wedding, the order, the three locks, the seasons, the legal moves, the costs, all of it. That's genuinely your map. So go and use it. And if at any point you'd rather not carry the project yourself, that's exactly what we're here for. Tell us your date, your rough guest count, and a budget you're comfortable with. And at Wedding in Bali, we'll match you with a trusted Bali wedding planner. Someone who owns the timeline, bring their own vendors, and handles the legal side if you wish. You keep the vision, they carry the spreadsheet. The link is right below this video, or you can message us on WhatsApp, whichever feels easier for you. It's free, there's no obligation, and we usually reply during Bali operational hours. I'm Yoan from Wedding in Bali. You've got this. Now go and plan the wedding you actually want. I'll see you in the next one.